This is Brian, and welcome back to Final Fantasy X. We just finished up with Unalesca last time, so now we gotta find out what we're gonna try to do to take care of Sin without the final summoning. So yeah, first we gotta get out of the dome here. I think it automatically cuts out here after you get through this corridor, so you don't have to go all the way back through the place at least. And yeah, since this is different, first time I played this, you'd kind of think it's starting a cutscene, but it's actually not. You're still in control here, so you have to move to get it to trigger to go forward.
Final summoning's gone. But I'll think of something. Just give me a little more time.
They must have been communicating telepathically, kinda, huh? And there's the airship. Guess those Albed got some balls. They're flying that close to Sin. Or else they just didn't see him, maybe? Where to now?
Aren't we the happy-looking bunch?
Frana! Frana!
Where? Where? That all you can say? Why don't you think of something?
Well, any good ideas?
Come on, help us.
What do we know? Sin is Jet. Thus you have a link, a bond with Sin. That may be our key.
So, what do we do?
We think and we wait.
Two things I'm bad at.
Yeah, it kind of seems like she doesn't really know how to take the fact that he turned away from her, but clearly, since we can see his face, He didn't want her to see him cry, it seemed like. Alright, now the game either, well, it opens up a lot and you can just kind of head forward towards the end of the game, or you can do a lot of optional stuff. There is so much optional stuff in this game that it seems it's a little more unique than some of the other games I've played, in that if you do everything to completion, at this point, before you go and face the final boss, it's just going to be a nothing. Which, I mean, I've done plenty of times. I think this time I'm probably going to do more so, more than I've done before. I'm going to try to take it at a lower level and go through and beat the final boss. And then, from my last save point, reload it and then go do the side quests mostly after that. I'll still do some of them, but you'll see what I mean. There's a lot of upgrading and powerful equipment you can get. Some of the equipment I'll still pick up, but anyway, let's talk to everybody here.
We need to sit and think this through. There has to be a way. We need to sit.
Still thinking.
So much for the final Aeon solving everything. So much for the...
We'll wait till you think of a plan. Get that noggin working. We'll wait till you...
Okay. Yeah, at this point too, you can also get Walker on your team again. Even though he says he retired from Blitzball, you can still get him. His salary is 1 gil, so he's one of the cheaper players, and he's pretty good. The only thing is, yeah, once you start getting too many people, you're gonna have to start letting people go. Dado and Letty, I probably won't really be worried too much about keeping them. Once we go and start actually playing Blitzball, there's a pretty easy way to get everything you need without playing a ridiculous amount of games. So that's what I'm going to do for purposes of this playthrough. But if you just played through it without any manipulation to it, you'd probably be playing hundreds of games to get everything. The way I can do it, I think I'll only have to play like 20 to 30, something like that. I don't remember the exact amount. I'll have to check my notes on it.
Rush this and we'll lose everything. We need to plan carefully. Rush this.
Yeah, it seems like everybody only has one line of dialogue. I think I gotta go talk to Yuna before we can progress things too much further.
May I help you?
Yeah, let's stock up on some of these items that we've gone through quite a few.
Thank you. Your patronage is very much appreciated.
Not really worried about his weapons at this point. Yeah, at this point, a lot of the items too, it's not so much that we're going to plan on using them, but you can utilize them for customization if you want, which I think is probably the bigger thing with them. Yeah, all the summoners are gone. Obviously, they dropped them off, so you don't have Donna and Izaru here anymore. Pretty sure in the cargo hold there's still some of the Albed hanging out because, well, they don't have home anymore. The sin I saw in the ruins was calm. Who is this? Why is this? Sorry, I just don't have the O translated. With the ship, revenge against the followers of Yevon will be ours. They plan on retaliating.
I'm no good. At all.
What are you talking about?
All this time I've been thinking about how to defeat sin. But beyond the teachings of Yevon. I'm sorry.
Yuna, no apologies.
But...
Apology is running. Yuna never run away.
Thank you, Kamari.
So, Kamari, you got any good ideas?
Yevon's teachings.
The teachings won't help us fight sin.
No answer in the teachings. Answers lie outside. Must know both sides to find answer.
Both sides.
Micah knows much. Find him, make him talk.
That's it! Kamari, you rock!
Yeah, way to go, Kamari.
Kimari doubts Micah welcomes us.
He'll have to run pretty fast to beat this airship.
We cannot chase if we cannot see. We must go to Bavel.
To Bavel, then.
Through the front door. You worried?
I'll be fine. We can't stop now.
Okay. It sounds like we have a lead on something to try to do. Let's go back and tell Sid.
Hey guys, I just had a great idea.
It was my idea. Let me tell them.
It's like this, yeah?
I just thought...
The hymn's the key.
Ah!
The hymn?
Sir Jack likes the hymn of the faith, correct?
Yeah?
That's why he was listening to it in Makalania.
Sin, violence incarnate, listening peacefully.
I know it's your old man, and I don't mean no disrespect, but
No, it's fine. I've gotten used to it.
Let me say it. If we attack Sin head-on, we've little chance of winning. However, if he hears the hymn of the faith, he will become docile.
yeah, and that's when we make our move. Might be against the rules and all, but who's keeping track, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, it could really work.
Yeah, it's worth a try.
Alright, talk to Sid to open the nav map. Pick a destination and you're there.
It really was my idea, you know. It really was...
I got a good feeling about this. I got a good feeling about this.
Well, I guess it's all or nothing.
Alright. One other thing I can do here, though. You can also recruit Brother. Oh, I already got it. Never mind. I forgot that I already picked him up, but yeah, he's certainly one of the best players that you can get.
Well, that sounds like a plan to me. Our baby here will take us anywhere we want.
Okay, so you can go to the list, obviously. We can go back to most of the places we've been before. High Bridge is the bell. That's where they want us to go to talk to Micah. We can also search for input, though. Input is passwords, and you can pick them up based upon some of the things you see throughout the world. Like there are places where you can read Albed language and try to figure out what the code is. Yeah, it says the Albed have left rebels in 1,000-year-old ruins scattered across Spira. Decipher them to learn the passwords. Well, I know what they are, so I'm just going to go ahead and put them in. I think there needs to be all caps for this one. Maybe for all of them, I guess. I don't know for sure. We'll try that in the first place if it's not. And I'll switch it. God hand. There aren't that many of these, actually. There's only 3 of them. And one more. That one is going to take all of it there because we got victorious. And we can also search. And you can go on the coordinates. There are more of these. I think there's like 6 or 7 things we can find. If you kind of know roughly where they're at, you can just kind of move it around and spam the button. Like, yeah, there's one over here, the Omega Ruins. One down over here, I think. Maybe it's the wrong place. No, there's one in this cloudy area too. There's one over here. Okay, Zenobia Sands. One down over here. Yep, battle site. I think there's one over here somewhere. Okay, Baj Temple. What do I got left? I think I still got 2 more. One of them's around the island here. Think. Okay, there's Besaid Falls. And one more to go. This one's gonna be up somewhere over in here, I think. Yeah, over there on that side of it. Okay. I didn't need to back out that far, I guess. Now we have all those listed on the map here. So Besaid Ruins 1 and 2 are from the inputs that we did. And the Mushroom Rock one is from the other input. I think that one's the God Hand. And Victorious and Muramase are these. So let's start with these.
Here we go!
Yep, Sid's always excited. And it actually warps us to the save sphere up here. You can probably see these as we were making our way through Besaid before, but you should be able to move around here. Yeah, and get the treasure here. Victorious. I believe that's a Riku armor. And it should be a lot better than what you got so far. Lightning, fire, and ice proof with an empty slot. There's nowhere else to go there, so just go back to the airship and get to the next one.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
And this one's not too far from the other one there. Around here, I guess? There we go. That should be an Orin weapon. So, piercing and 1 MP cost. It's not really that much, because I don't really use MP for Orin that much anyway. But it does have 2 empty slots, so not a bad weapon, but not one that I generally use too much. Because we will get much better weapons for Orin. At least one in particular.
Yeehaw! Here we
Let's
go!
go to Besaid Falls. And we got a Dragoon Lance there, which it's a lance. So that's going to be a Kamari. And it's a pretty good one, because it has magic counter and evade and counter with 2 open slots. So certainly going to put that on him. For now, at least. And let's go to the Mian Ruins. And yeah, we're actually way in the background here on this place. There is a treasure just right in front here. You can't really see it, but it has a sonar, which is a Riku weapon with initiative and poison strike. So with one thing, if you keep her in the frontline battle party, she'll always have initiative now, at least, as long as you have that equipped. She's pretty fast anyway, so she usually is going to be one of the first ones to go. But now, even if you have like some fast enemies and stuff, it'll help out. Alright, now, Baj Temple is more than just a treasure. That's actually an area to go to. So is the Omega Ruins, so that's why I'm going to save those for last. Mushroom Rock is just another treasure. At least I believe it is. Oh yeah, I gotta go a little ways for this one though, so we might have to fight a few fights down here. Oh no, actually, I don't think I can do this yet. So before I go too far in there, let's back out.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
This one I should be able to take advantage of and get, and it's right just a treasure, I think. Don't have to go too far for it. Yeah, we're in one of the scars made by the battle with Sin here. Phantom Bangle. For all you Lulu fans, that's a pretty dang good one too. Because it's got Ice, Fire, and Water Eater. Eater means that if she gets hit with those, it'll actually heal her. Whereas the proofs just mean it won't hurt you at all. And then we have Cenobia Sands yet.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
Yeah, if you weren't familiar with these, or just tried to figure it out on your own, obviously it'd take a lot longer than it's going to take me to get all these here. But I played through the game quite a few times, and on completionist playthroughs, I've resorted to looking up a few things if I had to, so I already know where it's all at. We got another weapon for Titus here. The Ascalon is just double AP, no extra slots. But early on, if you're trying to build him up and get him going on the sphere grid pretty quickly, that's one way to work on it. We're gonna have much better much better methods for gaining sphere levels later on, but for now, that's not bad. Now I'm gonna go to, I think this is probably the closest way.
Yeehaw! Here we
Go to
go!
Lake Macalania. And if you were wondering about doing like the monster catching and stuff, this is the point where we can start going back to all the other areas and start catching them. Alaska was blocking this one before, so I can pick that up. 4,000 gil. Might get a few bites here. Yeah. But at this point, they should be pretty easy for us. I don't know if Waka could still take this guy out without using magic, so let's just bring Lulu in.
Farewell. No time to waste. Let's go.
Yeah, just want to take this path up here now. Because you have this like Rainbow Road area where it's a shortcut through the woods and you don't get fights, you don't get encounters on it. It's easier to get to Macalania Temple now that the road's open again. Yeah, there is one thing I need to do here though. She's blocking something that I want to get to. But we can do a little side quest type of thing to get her to move. was supposed to meet my husband here, but he hasn't shown up for the longest time. I was supposed to meet my dad here, but he's late. You just have to go find him because he's in a different part of the woods. Don't remember if it's over here or if I have to go back towards the lake, if it's on that side. I think he's here in one of these areas. There's so many warrior monks passing by lately. Did something happen at the temple? Yeah, maybe. I think it's this guy. I'm supposed to meet my family here, but they're nowhere in sight. They were waiting over there. What? Really? Thanks, kid. Hey, aren't you one of the Besaid Aurochs? You're a blitzball player? There's something I must tell you. Grandma says she has something important to tell you. I'd like to apologize on behalf of the Guado. We are responsible for the fiends that attacked the stadium after the game. We're sorry for the disturbance and for disrupting such a wonderful game. Please accept our apologies. It was Maester Seymour's plan to release the fiends in Lucas Stadium. He thought he could win the trust of the people by defeating the fiends with his Aeon. I heard that his plan to marry the High Summoner's daughter was solely to gain the support of the people of Yevon. There seem to have been other reasons as well, but now we will never know. So, a little more information there on what happened earlier in the game. Now let's go back to the wife and the kid that were waiting here for that guy. Come on. Now, the kid's gone. Finally met up with my husband. Thanks to your help. I can't thank you enough. But my son went off into the woods before my husband came. I was reunited with my wife thanks to all of you. But now that boy's missing. He went into the woods alone. And yeah, he actually went out this way. And that was what we needed to do to gain access to this area, because he's up here. Feels like there's something around here, doesn't it? Yeah, there's definitely something around here. I wonder what it could be. Use the cloudy mirror? Yes, since we got that at Remium Temple. Obtain Celestial Mirror. You found my dad. Thanks a bunch. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I guess for that dialogue with the kid telling you there's something special, because if you didn't have the mirror, you wouldn't have an interaction with it. So I guess that's why they give you that little side quest with trying to find the lost people here. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless. Now, you will be coming back to this area, because the Celestial Mirror is what we need to get our ultimate weapons for the game, but you need to unlock their abilities using the Celestial Mirror at that area too. Plus you need the Celestial Mirror to get them in the first place, I think, for most of them, if not all of them. Just wanted to get that out of the way before I went to the next area.
Here we go!
Then we got Baj Temple. And you'll probably recognize this. It's the area where we were at when Titus first got to Spira. We have a couple of things to do here. I think I'll be able to handle it, but there's a good item I want to get here. Might take a few tries, but there's a boss fight that I gotta do here. We're not going to do it today, though. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. So we'll pick up next time, and I'll try to take care of that and get what I want and see if we can move on from there and do some more side questing before we finish up. Not going to do all the side quests, like I said, I mean, I will, but not before I beat the final boss. So I'll try to strike a good balance to build myself up a little bit without getting too overpowered. Anyway, thanks for watching. And if you've been enjoying the content so far, please like, comment, and subscribe or follow. And we'll catch you next time.